Hello there friends, the news keeps coming every day and we're here to discuss it all. Boombl4 is officially in Cloud9, Falcons acquired Niko, and there's much more to talk about honestly. Plus, we've got a lot of playoffs in various tournaments going on and some have already concluded, so we have plenty things to discuss. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. We shall start with the updates in CS2 and what's happening in the game itself. Last night, the developers finally allowed the community to create their own maps and upload them to the game. This means our favorite game modes will be soon back, and I'm sure they'll bring a lot of new content. And that's honestly great news. Many of my friends left CS2 because apart from playing matchmaking, there wasn't much else to do. There were no fun game modes, and now they're coming soon. And most importantly, the developers finally fixed one super crucial issue. Now the seagulls on Inferno won't scare pro players.
Блять, сука, чайка, ёбаная.
У меня один патрон.
You know, for some reason, a lot of pros thought they were flashbangs. Ladies and gentlemen, you can now pay your respects to seagulls on Inferno by typing F in the comments below. Well, on a minor note, Valve has finally decided to address the issue of kills through walls. It turns out that it's not a bug, but rather a matter of perception. Basically, in reality, I mean, on the server, you were still in front of the wall when you made the shot, but on your monitor, it appeared as you were behind the wall. They say that this issue has now been fixed. For those who have a chance to test it, please share in the comments whether anything has changed or not. But there's still one thing that should be immediately fixed. I mean smoke visibility. Monte recently caused a stir because, according to him, Valve's smoke is practically transparent.
Здесь из-за того, что здесь такие линии, из-за линий видно смог немного плохой. Ну как вы не видите-то его? Вот, я его вижу отчетливо вот здесь вот. Вот он стоит, его... Key Weapon SG. Как вы не видите? Вот он, смотрите, видите моделька, я его смог вижу. Вот, видите? Я вижу типа проходящего смог. И дело в том, что это работает... на любой карте.
Well, or, for example, a few days ago, people found that when you double scope AWP, you can see a player who holds a Molotov from both sides. In short, there's a lot of bugs in the game, still. Perhaps because of this, the online player numbers are dropping significantly. In October, the average online player count decreased by 20%. Simply put, every fifth player stopped playing the new CS. The situation was only worse in 2012, at the very start of CSGO. In general, the game is slowly dying, and we hope that all these innovations will bring people back into the game. However, according to the developers, everything is fine, just as they planned. There was a recent interview where the developers shared various information about CS2 and its future. I will quote this. The release of CS2 was an overwhelming success, and the number of players still amazes us. Whether you believe it or not, one of the biggest successes was the limited beta. The early release of the game into the hands of the players provided us with valuable feedback that influenced many of our decisions before the release. There is an opinion that the beta should have lasted longer, and yes, if it had, more features would have been available at launch. But the early release allowed us to identify problems and fix them more rapidly. So we believe that this decision was correct, even if everything didn't go entirely smoothly. In the end, it's the fastest way to bring CS2 to the state we all want to see in 1, 5 or 10 years. As for Subtech, for the most part, the system works as intended. Yes, there are issues and there are different perspectives, but we're making every effort to fix everything. We also plan to reintroduce popular game modes and add new ones. However, currently we're focusing more on matchmaking. This is the core of the game and is much more important in the long run. Furthermore, we plan to add new weapons to CS2. At the moment, it's not our top priority, but we do plan to introduce several new types. We should all expect that in 10 years, CS2 will look entirely different. Just look at how much CSGO has changed. We don't have a specific vision we're trying to implement, it's more of a process. We will continue to explore all the possibilities that open up thanks to the game and its amazing community, experiment with new ideas and put in the hard work needed to make CS2 a place every first-person shooter fan aspires to be." Unquote. It sounds beautiful, but let's hope they don't lose all the players before they do it. At this rate, only a few will ever see the true CS2. Well, that's probably it about CS2, now let's talk about transfers. Recently, there was this news that led to a flurry of rumors, insights and speculations. I mean the team applications for Blast Finals. For instance, Vitality announced Messi for the tournament, which was quite unexpected. He was still with Fnatic at the time, and there weren't many rumors about him. But as soon as this information came to light, official announcements followed. Messi is leaving Fnatic, and it appears that he's moving to Vitality, replacing Magisk. In reality, it's a great reshuffle for everyone. Messi will continue to display his excellent skills on the tier 1 scene, and Vitality won't lose firepower. As for Fnatic, they plan a major overhaul. There might have been some financial difficulties, I guess, but now they seems to be resolved. And Fnatic's management states that they're now fully rebuilding their roster. But to be honest, they've been doing it for the past few months. And there's more to look at from the Blast applications. For example, NIP. Here we see Alex from Movistar Riders. All the rumors are again confirmed. And Hampus revealed why he returned to the lineup and immediately left. I felt that there were some players who didn't respect my voice on the server, and then it's very difficult to get good results when people don't listen sometimes. Next up we have Heroic's roster announcement, and as you know it includes Cadian, who will return for just one tournament, along with Zyphon. According to rumors, Zyphon will help Heroic not only at Blast, but will also make a full transition from Sprout. Well, perhaps not, we'll see. Officially he's only joining for one championship. Ideally, Heroic would want to convince Cadian to stay because it feels like Heroic will quickly crumble and cease to be a top 3 team without him. But the most interesting news came from Cloud9. They also submitted their roster for Blast, and they have Shiro, Boomich and Buster. Basically, the team has completely covered its bases and won't need last-minute substitutions. However, you might recall that Boomich initially joined only for Thunderpick. That was the official stance of OneWin and Cloud9. But now, that's no longer the case. All the rumors have been confirmed and Boomich is officially joining the new team. Congratulations to Cloud9 and Boomich. The trio from Navi is back together, and what could be better, honestly? They should have signed all three from the start and not delayed or left Nefani behind. Judging by the community's comments, everyone is thrilled, including Boomich himself. He promised to return to the tier 1 scene, and he's made it happen. Today marks the end of my journey with the OneWin team. Today also marks the beginning of my new path with a slightly old and slightly new team. I'm as hungry for victories as ever and focused only on trophies. No matter how good or bad our performances turn out, I'll keep working every day, no matter what. A huge thank you to all my loved ones, friends and fans who never stopped believing in me. We'll do our best to delight you with victories and beautiful plays. It's time to write a new story. Alright, from now on, Tilt is officially cancelled in the team. Boomich, as always, brings not only the captaincy but also the atmosphere and the vibes. Their analyst Finn already talked about this. After Shiro left, we needed a 5th player, and Boomich gladly agreed to help us at Thunderpick. The team immediately felt an influx of positive energy, and Boomich himself has an overwhelming amount of motivation. We quickly sensed a fresh boost in our game, and of course the synergy between the players who have been playing together for a long time can't be underestimated. Exile and Hobbit are also getting into the process, and this entire mechanism complements each other perfectly. In general, it's evident that Boomich is ready to give his all to the game and the team. Honestly, I'm really happy for Boomich that he managed to return to the tier 1 level and is still supported by the community after everything he's been through. Let's wish him the best of luck in Cloud9. They might not even need a sniper now, the guys are doing well as it is. However, amid all these transfers, more rumors surfaced. There, for example, have been also talks that Cloud9 might acquire Deco or Dagster. This information is not from the most reliable sources, so there's not much to discuss about it for now. On the other hand, there is information suggesting that Deco is most likely to join Aurora. In short, OneWin is slowly falling apart. Overdrive points this out and says that the team may not exist at all. He also explained why there was so much confusion about Boomich.
Есть еще одна неразгаданная загадка. Зачем неделю назад со мной связывался менеджер Клудов и говорил о том, что Бумыч никуда не переходит, что он только стендинит, никакого трансфера нету, и все, что мы говорим, это фейк, и что это кто-то там слил откуда-то непонятно, и нас дезинформировали. Хотя, как бы там все это настолько было очевидно. И более того, ну вот, пожалуйста, есть уже и анонс. Вот и в чем тогда был смысл вот того разговора.
What's also interesting is how the manager of OneWin bid farewell to Boomich. We're keeping our promise made a year ago during the negotiations and releasing Boomich to his dream team. So Boomich had discussed this with the organization from the beginning, and as soon as he received a great offer, he left. It's honestly really cool that OneWin didn't try to hold him back and ask for a huge buyout. And finally, regarding the Blast applications, there have been no changes in phase. Twist still remains with the team and there is no transfer to Liquid, at least on paper. But according to Dust 2, a reshuffle will still take place. Twist will be playing the tournaments in this year with FaZe, and then he will return to his former team. If this is true, it's a very reasonable move. He's not abandoning his team and just leaving them to play with a stand-in, and there's no rush to find replacements. They will play through and say their goodbyes later. By the way, amidst all these endless rumors, Richard Lewis suddenly decided to share his thoughts. Harumi is definitely guessing based on speculation. I remember that Thorin and I recorded a podcast and a few media outlets posted our discussions about roster changes in Liquid, passing it off as insider information. But we were just talking. 100% Harumi does the same. I've seen him delete tweets when he turns out to be wrong. That's all you need to know. If you need to boost your average number of accurate statements by deleting false insights, you're not a real insider. He should have followed Overdrive's model, started licking players' asses to find out about changes in their teams ahead of everyone. But compared to Harumi, Overdrive is a real Nostradamus, although he's been wrong about a lot of things too. Richard Lewis also talked about the possible future of s1MPLE. I think s1MPLE will leave Counter-Strike and play Valorant. Everyone I talk to says he's burnt out, he wants a break and he hates CS2. He really hates CS2. We all know he streamed Valorant, he loves challenges and he'll get paid so much for the switch that esports have ever seen. Plus, maybe s1MPLE will be able to play for Na'Vi in Valorant. I have the impression that this isn't a lie. After all, s1MPLE is not the kind of player who aims for a large number of subscribers, clicks or audience engagement. In general, there's a lot of talk about s1MPLE right now. One day they're writing that he'll go to FaZe, the next to Liquid, and then he's supposedly moving to Valorant. Well, maybe he'll fit perfectly into Falcons, as they've already started making crazy transfers. First of all, officially, finally, Zonic and his right-hand psychologist have moved to the new org. We even have the photos from the office, and work is in full swing there. According to HLTV, they've signed Magisk, and the Blast application from Vitality confirms this as well. And then, the other night, news broke from Nel, the most authoritative CS insider. According to his information, Niko and Falcons have agreed on a transfer. It's a matter of millions of dollars. That is, not just one or two. I wouldn't be surprised if they shelled out $5 or $6 million. After all, G2's main star wouldn't leave for small change. The Sheiks are also in talks with Snappy and Monte, so it's just the beginning. If Nel writes that Niko is going to Falcons, it's almost official. It might not happen only if something goes wrong at the very last moment. In other cases, Nel is usually spot on. So now we're just waiting for statements from G2 and Falcons. Essentially, if they also manage to get Hunter, it's a real dream team with an already established trio. Snappy is clearly better than Hooksy, and Magisk is certainly not inferior to JKS. That's basically G2, but better. And if they can sign Monte, Simple would also fit in perfectly. In general, we're expecting a real earthquake in the pro scene. And finally, some info about the tournaments. Thunderpick playoffs began today, and yesterday the Rubet Cup final took place. VP and Monte faced off, and the match was truly intense, except for the third deciding map. Here, VP was far more superior, with Mir's clutch play alone is worth mentioning.
Under a lot of time pressure. They need to move in here. There's a kill onto Jame, and Mir's now the last one left. They've done it very fast. Bomb is being defused, looking for the headshot. Mir's got it. He's back around the corner. Oh my god.
No way!
One last bullet. He takes down Pro as well, and he's won the round. Another headshot, a quad.
Virtus.pro calmly won Mirage 13-4 and secured a 2-1 victory. Congratulations to VP on another title. This is their fourth win at a tournament this year. However, most of these victories were in the Tier 2 scene, so we're looking forward to their performance on the Tier 1 stage. Now, let's turn our attention to Thunderpick playoffs, where we have Cloud9 with Boombl4. It will be interesting to follow their progress. That's all from me, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like and comment with whatever you want to tell me. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.